everybody, welcome back to the channel. Doing a follow-up video. 756 Xtasy. Had it out a few times. What my thoughts are. I'm going to reweigh them. I figured out a way where I can kind of get a much more accurate reading. Might surprise you, might not. I'm going to share my thoughts on the weights and everything and just see what you guys think. If you've bought a new one, post down below. I know they've been selling like mad, and I know Gary didn't order enough, so hopefully he has enough so I can get another one. Along with the Xtasy 752. I saw that rod and I really want to snag that one for shaky heads, finesse jigs, maybe some drop shot, maybe some weightless stuff. So we're going to go ahead, grab the scale ready, or I'm going to get it ready here in a second. And then my thoughts, it's an absolute beast. It's such a strong rod. It is very comparable to the DX 746 in terms of power, but I definitely think it is more sensitive than both the Xtasy 755 and the DX 746. And I think that might have to do with something with its weight and possibly the thickness of the walls of the blank. I don't know. I'm not going to cut rods open and see how thick the blanks are and everything. But if you can see right here, it's also a different color. Might be hard to tell. This is kind of like a brownish carbon, and this is a black gray carbon. And this is the DX 746. This is the Xtasy 755, and that's the new Xtasy 756. Very similar, but let's get this guy on. All right, so we're going to weigh the DX 746 first. I've already zeroed it out. So there it is, 5.7 ounces, roughly. Again, this is better than I was trying to do balancing it. Next up is the Xtasy 755. This rod is amazing. This is my all-time favorite Xtasy rod. It is in at 5 ounces. Amazing, amazing rod. And now for the Xtasy 756. It is at 5.8 ounces. So it's slightly heavier than the DX 746. It's probably not noticeable or discernible, but a little surprising just because it's an Xtasy and the 755 is almost an ounce lighter. Absolutely amazing rod. The little time I've had on this one though, the strikes and the bites that I've been getting, throwing the jig, it feels more discernible on line smack or line hop, or when the fish flicks the bait and inhales it, it feels a little bit more sensitive than both of those rods. I don't know if that's because it's more dense, hence making it a little bit heavier of a rod. Lengthwise, they're all very similar. So that extra 0.8 on the 755, I don't know if the walls are thicker and that's transmitting the bite a little bit better than a thinner walled rod. That's just my guess. That's my theory. There's nothing other than cutting these and looking at the walls of the rod. I don't want to do that because it's like a $585 rod. So those are my initial thoughts on that. The 746 is absolutely amazing. It is one of my favorite. Everything big jig, frogging, big shaky head. It's an amazing rod. It's light. It's powerful. It's not thick. The 755 is probably my all-time favorite jig rod for 3/8, half ounce, and 5/8. I tend to like the little bit slower action, like a fast action, opposed to the extra fast action of like a DX 745 or a Champion. The Champion DX 745 was my number one, but that 755 is taking over. I've got a few of them loaded up with multiple jigs. I've got the 725 in there as well. That's more of my skipping. I think that one has a little bit lighter power than the 755. So And then this guy right here, I haven't had nearly as much time. I mean, I've got years on those rods. But that 756 Xtasy is phenomenal. It's got so much power. I'm flipping with 25 Seaguard Braze X, and it's awesome. You know, it's got absolute power. I can't wait for guys down south, like in Florida and stuff, to start cracking some giants, like double-digit fish, flipping for bedders or in the reeds and lily pads and stuff like that. And I can't wait to go north to throw a big jig and some grass. Our grass is still trying to grow here because it's so freaking cold now. Went from really warm, fish getting ready to spawn, to backing off. So awesome rod. Nothing to say. Yeah, 5.8 ounces to some guys might be a lot, but the way Dobyns balances their rods doesn't feel like 5.8. I was kind of surprised when I first weighed it that it weighs as much as a reel, but when it's in your hand, it definitely does not feel like that. So there you go. Those are the weights of the rods. A little bit more accurate than trying to balance them with the grams and all that kind of stuff where it was kind of bouncing around. But now you get a little bit better idea. And that's my initial thought on that rod. It's phenomenal. If you can get one, snag one. If you need a big jig, flipping, pitching, big worm, big shaky hip, anything heavy on the bottom, amazing rod. Would I use it for frogging? Of course, because I'm crazy. But you don't need to. You can go Champion or, you know, a Caden or even a Fury. So awesome rod. That's my initial thoughts on it. I'd like to, I don't know, I'm going to see if I can get like Gary or somebody to kind of chime in and we can figure out what's going on. But my thought is that it's a little bit thicker walled rod, and it just transmits that bite when that fish smacks that bait. It just vibrates a little bit more. So I feel like it's a little bit more sensitive than my Xtasy 755. But there you go. It might not be. It just might be in my head. So appreciate you guys for watching. Smash that thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, it's free. It's free. And it's not April Fool's, so it's not an April Fool's joke. So smash that up. Appreciate you guys. Peace.